Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And welcome to part 2 of my looking at the new mods we've had in the last couple of days thanks to the tools being updated. Don't forget, if you are new here, do give us a like and a subscribe for more content and Jurassic World Evolution to mod news from myself and the rest of Tricolor Gaming. And this part we're going to look at the 2 new decoration mods that we've had from 2 different creators in the past couple of days, which I think really does add, looking at these over here, some variation to our decoration, because that is an area of which the game I think could be improved. So let's start right over here, and these are the Jurassic World Evolution 2 statues by Scaryface 3070. And basically what he has done is he's modelled some cool new statues for our park. So let's go through them one at a time. We have this very nice Ichthyosaurus here, Iguanodon, this enormous Mosasaurus, which does look a bit weird floating, but what he's done is he's made the collision very small. So what you can do is stick sort of bamboo or other columns and such underneath it to make it look a little more realistic. We have this wonderful 2 Pachycephalosaurus headbutting, which is a very nice touch. This cute little plesiosaur here, Pteranodon, and next to it this enormous Quetz. And look how huge that Quetz is. I mean, just as a human being, that towering over you, that's going to make for some very impressive park decoration. These 2 little raptors here, the Tapejara, Therizinosaurus, again, very impressive with those huge claws. The frilled Dilophosaurus. Dimetrodon, looking nice and scary there. The Giganotosaurus, and now this is the Dominion model of the Giganotosaurus, so this is not the normal game model. But yeah, looks very nice. Gallimimus, nice simple one. A cluster of Dimetrodon here. I actually really love this one. Just a couple of Dimetrodon over each other. I think you could probably have done something similar with the Ichthyosaurus as well. Yeah, lovely. We have the Baryonyx, the horrible crocodilian one, of course. The Carnotaurus, the Allosaurus, Triceratops, Evo's favourite, Stegosaurus, Spinosaurus, again, very impressive. T-Rex, naturally. A larger Velociraptor, Parasaurolophus, Ankylosaurus, and last but no means least, Brachiosaurus. Look at that huge sauropod. And I really like this idea. I think as nice as it is having the Spinosaurus skeleton, having these other dinosaur statue decorations just gives us a lot more options for theming out areas of the park, creating mock sort of education areas, having these dinosaurs, having these statues outside their exhibits, so you can, just add more detail to the park. And these are all really impressive. I'm looking forward. I would say Scaryface 3070, if you want some ideas for your next mods, I would say maybe either have these as skeletons so that we have more skeletons in the park, or give us a few different poses for some of these animals, sort of like have a couple of Ichthyosaurus, have maybe the raptors in a different pose, have the T-Rex in a different pose, just to enable us to do a few more interesting looking displays like we've had with the Pachycephalosaurus one there. Just give us sort of some statues like that, maybe of the other dinosaurs hunting. I don't know how you've managed to do this one in particular, so that might not be possible, but yeah, these are absolutely wonderful. So that's the statues by Scaryface 3070. And next up we have the expanded decorations by, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but Illodev. And basically what he's done is he's taken apart some of the decorations we already have in-game and given us all the bits and pieces from them across 2 mods. So let's have a look at these pieces in more detail. The first row basically are these wonderful flags, the double banners from the Jurassic Park era and Jurassic World era, and I think these come from the amenities. So we have double banners, and then there's a few, I think, single banners as well, just for some more interesting sort of flag arrangements there. They're very cool. A lot taller than the traditional ones we have in game. So yeah, they're a nice touch. They're not lit, so they will be dark in the park, but I think I think that's okay. Next we have sort of the chunks, I want to say the chunks, from the planters. So we have the rock chunks here, the singular pieces, and then we have a couple of lines from like the rock planters. And then in addition to those, we also have the amber pieces too that are now separate. So we can add our own amber decorations to things, which again, I think that's going to be really interesting, giving us some options of which to construct some nice looking decorations of ourselves. And then the rest are basically all the bits and pieces from larger things. So we have the portaloo, we have a drinks machine here. How detailed is this drinks machine? It's reasonably detailed. The umbrella, both up and down, but without the seating, so we can have our own sort of shaded areas. Tables, lounges, nice little display signs, welcome, food and drink, and what is this? This looks like a menu for the restaurant. Not sure what that says though. A little side table there. Big plant pots, which I suppose are not very useful as they are, but we could use them with smaller trees and bushes and other things like that. The table, the rubbish bin, and the bench. The bench I'm most glad to have, because there are some areas in my parks where I'm like, I just want to put down some benches here rather than big tables and chairs. So it's nice to have them. Then we have two empty planter lengths here, so that we can create our own planter decorations. And then all the rest are sort of facility bits. So tires, both in a pillar but as a singular item, a fuel can, barrel, another design of barrel, bollard varieties to create sort of, I suppose, parking areas or something similar. And then we have some debris markers. Basically, these are just piles of rubbish that you can use perhaps if you want to create a destroyed looking area. Have a couple of designs of crate. Basically this is just a case, and this is one of those liquid tanks. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's a bottle carrier. Some rubbish bags, another plastic box, rubbish bin, another bottle carrier with some bottles in it, an empty wooden pallet, empty wooden box, plastic box, and bin. And then we have very big pieces here. So we have the DFW sort of container office block building there, the empty tent, an empty container block, a covered sort of awning, which is actually part of one of the larger facility sections, and another empty garage sort of block. These are all wonderful decorations, and I think gives us some real good options for creating new decorations in our park. And just to show off what I think you can do with them, I'm going to have a go at creating a few right now. So what I've done is I have used the pieces that we've been given to come up with a few different designs for my own sort of decoration. So here's a empty planter with more rock and amber, and I've used it as a base for this ichthyosaurus statue here, just as a nice little introduction. Then we've got a sort of a bin arrangement where we've got bins in the side corners, and then we've got little bushes and trees in the plant pots. A shaded gazebo area for visitors to rest at, or guests to rest at, which is fairly simple to make. Again, it's just the tent and some tree, just the tent section and the tables and the chairs. And then we've got something similar over here. Perhaps you want a facility looking area, so it's just the garage with some of the bits and bobs strewn about it. Now, one thing I would say is that these are going to be quite fiddly to use, and to get the most out of them you are going to need the clipping mod from Kyodenic and the move it mod from Kyodenic, just to make sure you can get everything into the right places, because all of the decorations and everything are placed on the ground. They are all at ground height, so to get everything to look correct you are going to have to manually move things up and down, but I think they look good. And something else you could do, especially with the empty garage and empty sort of tent area, if I just have a look over here, is to give your little dinosaurs somewhere to rest. So here we've got the tent area again, sunk a little deeper just so that the black metal bottom doesn't show, and I've just disguised it with some trees and some plants. And I've done the same over here with the other garage design. Again, trees and plants just to disguise it, just to sort of add some interest for our dinosaur enclosures, because some of our smaller dinosaurs especially are going to want somewhere where they can just sort of rest and sleep for the day. Now, I don't think the dinosaurs will actually go in them or not, simply because of the collision detection on the models. But you might be able to get one or two in there, I'm not sure. I know the camera definitely won't go inside them, so that probably means your dinosaurs won't either. And actually something else you could also probably do, just thinking of the other decoration pieces we have here in the facility, is it the facilities area? No, hang on. Down in the decorations tab, is to think about dinosaur enrichment, because in any zoo or anywhere where you have animals kept for any period of time, they're going to get bored. So enrichment is an important part of a dinosaur enclosure. So, you know, carnivores, you would probably give them tires and things to play with, or barrels to bite their way through. You might even give them you know, giant pumpkins and stuff, which you could probably achieve a sort of similar look with the amber. So yeah, think about using some of these items in new and different ways, even if just to add some enrichment to your dinosaurs' lives. So yeah, that was the two decoration packs, the statues by Scaryface 3070 and the decoration assets by Isla Excellent additions. I look forward to seeing more decoration types coming. The only thing I would say to anyone who is going to use these, apart from having to use Kyodenic's Move It mod, do remember also that these are all going to add to the piece count of your parks. So do try to be not careful, but don't go overboard with decorations and pieces like that, because you will start to see your park slow down, and eventually it will corrupt your save if you put too many pieces down in your parks. So now we have the pieces, it's up to us to come up with ways of reducing the piece counts, but still to look to make something that looks very good. So I'm going to be thinking about that. Don't forget, if you have not already done so, please do consider liking and subscribing for more content from all of us at Triclaw Gaming. I'm going to heavily enjoy building brand new parks of these statues and stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.